Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. Got another video for y'all. This one is on Lamar Jackson, as you can see from the thumbnail. I ran across a interview that Rich Eisen was having, and he invited former NFL executive Joe Banner on, and he had a interesting question about Lamar Jackson's contract with or contract negotiations with the Ravens, and he said something that caught my ears and got my attention that I wanted to comment on. And I think part of what he said makes a lot of sense. But I also have another theory. So I'm going to give my thoughts on what he said and what his theory is on what the holdup is. And I'm going to tell you what my theory is as well. Both things might be true. Neither might be true. Maybe one of them is true. Who knows? Let me play what Joe Banner had to say, and then I'll come back with my commentary.
What is happening in your best of your ability between Lamar Jackson and the Ravens and the conundrum that they seem to be in once again as franchise tag day has arrived?
You know, I've been really defending Lamar for the last couple of years when people criticize him as an agent, all this kind of stuff. I thought he was making the right move. Take your time. The market's going to go up. You know, you're not going anywhere. And I couldn't imagine a scenario in the end. I mean, he was saying, I want to finish my career in Baltimore. The Ravens were saying, oh, we'll get this done. It's just a question of when. And here we sit. And, you know, we all think it's because of the guaranteed money. And I think we're probably right about that. But, you know, we never really know what's going on inside those negotiations. I just think that Lamar has viewed himself as somebody who's standing up for the collective good of the players and the opportunity to potentially leverage the Watson contract and getting himself a fully guaranteed contract. And what that could mean as we go down the road. I think he's taken that on as a cause. So I don't think it's just his contract anymore. I think that he's seeing a much greater importance, a much greater opportunity now.
Wow. So that was big. And if Lamar Jackson is really taking one for the team and doing that, what he just suggested he might be doing is real noble of him. And you know, I think that's what all players should be thinking about, right? But one thing he mentioned before he got to that part at the end was you know, what we're reading and what everybody is saying and what's been reported is that the contract negotiations is at a impasse at a stall because of that guaranteed money. That may or may not be true, but I guess they're saying what he's asking for is guaranteed money. The owner or maybe the whoever the GM is not willing to get him that in guaranteed money for whatever reason. We don't know. And it seems like, but it's been 2 years that y'all been trying to get to a agreement on guaranteed money, and we don't have a real number on where they're trying to get at. Now that's one theory. What this former exec just offered as a suggestion that we should think about is that he thinks that he's leveraging what Deshaun Watson just got in guaranteed money, which was like record breaking what he got for guaranteed money, even for a quarterback. Like Deshaun Watson got a lot of guaranteed money to go play in Cleveland. And a lot of owners really didn't like the fact they did that, because we know that everything is getting pushed and pushed and pushed up like that. You know, what he got, I'm going to compare my next contract to what he got if I'm on the same caliber as he is as a player by position. And that's just going to push everything up and up and up. And eventually the owners are just going to be forking out more and more money. So they didn't like the fact that Deshaun Watson got all that guaranteed money because it's going to set a precedence. What they're trying to do is not let that be a pattern and say, hey, that was just a one-off. That was just a desperate situation by Cleveland. There was an arms race for Deshaun Watson, and they overstepped their boundaries and just gave him too much guaranteed money. But we don't want that to be the new norm. Well, what he's suggesting is that that Lamar Jackson is taking it upon himself to say, well, guess what? What Deshaun got, I want that or more. So the next person behind me could be asking for more guaranteed money as well. And if the owners start having to give and fork out guaranteed money, right? You know, because really these contracts look great on paper, but it's you know, it's kind of about how much money are you guaranteed to get? When can we cut you and not have to pay you X, Y, and Z? All of these things, right? So the money look good on the surface, but if it's not guaranteed, you know, some of that money is probably not going to have to get paid out by the owner. Lamar Jackson is really taking one for the team. I kind of believe that he might be doing that. You let me know in the comments if you think he is, but I think he kind of is, and that was what his suggestion was. I also think it's something else going on under the radar and behind the scenes. Not only are the owners fighting a battle to not start a trend for players asking for more guaranteed money, or having most of their contract be guaranteed. They're also trying not to start a trend of athletes, especially of Lamar Jackson's caliber, especially at the quarterback position, especially someone with as much popularity as Lamar Jackson. They don't want to start a trend of these players representing themselves as agents or having their family members be their agent where they can keep all that money in the family. Now imagine this. On a normal contract, you have a player, they get a nice deal, all of it's not guaranteed. Then they have an agent that's getting between 4 or 10% of that money. Then all their endorsements, the agent is getting a cut of that as well. Every endorsement deal, the agent get a cut of that money, right? So imagine your agent getting 4% of every contract you sign, or maybe 10% of every contract you sign, or in some cases it might be getting 15%. Who knows, right? Every contract you sign, they're getting a piece of that pie. On top of it, it's not all guaranteed. Now imagine if you don't have an agent, you're your own agent, and your mom is your manager, and your popularity is so good, I don't need an agent to go out there and push my name out there and tell people how good I am. What I do on the field speaks for itself, and my jersey sales and all that stuff, right? I'm already popular. I don't need an agent to do that part for me, right? So I'm my own agent. So that 4% that I would have paid to an agent, I get to keep to myself, right? Or I get to pay my mom, right? On every endorsement, shoe, cereal, Gatorade, it don't matter what it is. All that stuff is mine. Agent not getting a cut of that, and my money's guaranteed. Imagine the precedence that Lamar Jackson would be setting if he's able to pull off this negotiation with the Baltimore Ravens, go away with contract similar to Deshaun Watson, where most of that money is guaranteed. On top of, I'm getting all of it. None of it is going to an agent. If players start to see that it's a possible thing for them, they're going to start following suit. And what is they going to do? Well, let's go kind of cut out the agent as the middleman. So I know they don't want that, but why don't the owners want that? I mean, that's a good question. Is it that the owners think that the agents are kind of on their side? You know, do they speak a different language to the agents that they can't speak to the players? You get what I'm saying? Like what's going on with that agent owner dynamic where the owner feels like, I don't want a player representing himself. I would rather talk to your representation. It's a good question. Like, you know, there's some underlying stuff going on there. And those are my two theories. What the former NFL exec said is Lamar Jackson really trying to push this so more guaranteed money would be the norm, like the Deshaun Watson kind, or is fighting against the NFL owners because the NFL owners don't want him to win this negotiation while he don't even have an agent, because they don't want that to be the norm for the players. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll see y'all on the next video.